What's up, you guys? It's Ben and welcome to my channel where we talk about everything there is relating to selling on Amazon. So if you're interested in that sort of stuff and want to be updated with what exactly is going on, consider subscribing. Now guys, I'm really sorry. I know there are so many videos that you are looking for me to do at the moment. We have to do speak about freight forwarders, we have to talk about virtual assistants, we have to talk about various other tutorials that need to be updated for the year of 2021. However, for this video, one of my good friends, a very loyal subscriber and a previous student actually, Michael, has sent me an article that I just had to share with you guys. Basically, it is an article about the VAT changes that the UK government has implemented and how they are directly affecting the Chinese sellers on Amazon, eBay, and so on and so forth. And I think right now, this is very, very important video for me to make, because if you go on YouTube or Google and type in Amazon FBA, you will be bombarded with videos stating that Amazon FBA is dead, how people lost money selling on Amazon FBA, how much Chinese sellers are taking over, and so on and so forth. So any good bit of news that I can find, I definitely want to shed some light on, because I think it's really, really important. So let's get to it. So this article is from the Times, and we know that is a legitimate news article because we actually have to pay for a subscription in order to read it fully. So this is precisely the reason why I actually don't have it. So thank you so much, Michael, again, for providing this to me so I can share it with the rest of us. So the article's title already makes me smile, because it says Amazon prices rise as Chinese sellers' VAT loophole is closed. And it's really, really nice to see, because for us UK sellers, most cases there are negative news, how we are getting bashed down either by Amazon, by Chinese, how we're being taken advantage of, and so on and so forth. So let's get to it. So also, before let's get to it, a couple of weeks ago, for you guys that don't know what I'm talking about at the moment, I made a video about the VAT changes that the UK has actually introduced. And basically what that means is that now Amazon is liable for the VAT that they charge from the Chinese sellers. So effectively, Chinese sellers, when they do make a sale, they are not seeing 20% of that money straight away. Amazon takes it and pays the HMRC directly, as opposed to giving it to the Chinese seller, so then they can try and get away with it, so to speak. So this is really, really, really important for us UK sellers, because it makes Chinese sellers much less competitive. So the price of Chinese products sold on Amazon and eBay has jumped after tougher tax rules come into force on January the 1st, which is exactly what I said is going to happen, guys. It's not just because of Brexit that the prices are going to rise, but it's also because of these important VAT rules that have changed. Online marketplaces now have to account for VAT paid on products sold on their platforms and third-party sellers through tax deducting the tax at source. The changes that was made growing concerns that thousands of mainly Chinese sellers were evading the tax by using fake VAT numbers and shell companies to sell their products in effect tax-free. This has been the case for so many years, guys, which is why when you go on Amazon UK Marketplace, you can easily and very quickly spot which products are Chinese sold and which ones are sold by very legitimate UK brands, such as one of my own. And it's simply because of the price, because their products are just really poor quality in most cases, and also they just really streamline Amazon, send out hundreds of listings and see which ones will stick, which ones will start selling. And this is what's giving Amazon a bad name, and it's also making our life much, much more difficult. So I'm really happy to see this coming to an end effectively. Now, analysis of platforms such as eBay and Amazon suggests that the move has had an instant effect, with potential tens of thousands of products rising in price significantly overnight. Many items are now about 20% more expensive. Now, this is something that we're going to look into further down into the video, because we can see price history and see how that has improved or reduced or increased and so on. And also, I generally feel like it's more than tens of thousands. It's probably hundreds of thousands of products rising in prices, because Chinese really are dominating the UK and other EU marketplaces as well. Campaigners want revenue and customs to investigate those sellers who have put their prices in an attempt to pursue them for previous VAT fraud. This is the cream of the crop, to be honest, the cherry on top. I'm already really happy that the Chinese sellers are going to be treated exactly the same way as UK sellers on the Amazon marketplace. This is good enough. A level competitive playing field is all I'm asking for. If now HMRC is actually going to start looking at potentially getting the VAT back from previous years from these Chinese sellers, maybe even causing some of them to bankrupt, it's even better for us UK sellers, because effectively there's less competition. The competition that is left is going to be less competitive, and therefore we have more of a chance to make money. Examples include weight scales that were $6.95 on December 30th being priced by the same seller on January 3rd on $8.29. Now we're going to look into this a little bit further down the line, because this video is all about practical information and actually looking at real world examples. So we're going to do that in a minute. On Amazon, a fitness tracker has gone up as well by 20% and so on. And this is what Chinese sellers have to do now, because they want to maintain their profit margins. They're going to have to increase their prices, or some of them will have to keep their prices the same but suffer the loss in profit, and quite a substantial loss, I might add, as well. Julius Olivetti, a UK retailer who competes with many Chinese sellers, said that the change was remarkable. You look across all the product ranges where Chinese sellers dominate the marketplace, and they've all gone up in price by roughly 20% or so. Yes, completely agree, and I have actually personally seen that myself. And very interestingly enough, my sales of my products have gone up higher than what I would have expected in January, because usually you see January a little bit of a slump, but this year, maybe it's because of lockdown, maybe because of this, or a combination of factors, we've actually seen much better sales. It is not uncommon for those to be some fluctuations in price, but I've never seen anything like this. It's pretty hard to avoid the conclusion that they were not paying any VAT before, but suddenly they have no choice, so they have to. So yeah, and then it is not uncommon, what we've read through that, it just shows how much the taxpayer has been ripped off and how unfair the competition has been. And this is really important, guys, because if VAT now gets charged for all of these Chinese sellers, there's going to be millions, if not billions of pounds going into the UK economy to hopefully help fight this virus, get the country back on its feet, and start increasing the economic growth in the near future. Because I do believe Chinese are still going to be sticking around here. The UK market is just too big to lose out on. However, they are going to have to play by the rules, or at least by stricter rules, as opposed to they did before. A report by the Commons Public Accounts Committee in 2019 found that many Chinese sellers were passing themselves off as British companies and online auction houses by providing fake VAT numbers. And I find it very interesting how this article is precisely picking the Chinese sellers. And that is true. Most of the fraudulent activity that happens on Amazon, whether it's with reviews, various other things, is coming from Chinese sellers. So it's important to note that. HMRC estimated that the fraud across all online sites can be lost to the taxpayer more than $1 billion a year. At the time of the report, online marketplaces claimed that this has stringent checks to ensure that all sellers have legitimate VAT numbers and had resisted being made liable to collect VAT on products sold on their marketplaces. That is not true. Amazon or eBay does not do anything. They don't check at all whether your VAT numbers are legitimate or not. And actually, of course, Amazon is going to be resistant of collecting VAT, because that is just more work for them. More work for them about getting the money and actually paying the HMRC. And also what they don't want to do is increase prices on Amazon, because if they do increase prices on Amazon, well, Chinese increase their prices on Amazon, it makes Amazon looks more expensive, and therefore customers, even though Amazon is a great place in terms of choice of products to go for, if they see products really going up in price, they're going to start looking elsewhere for those products, and that is a potential downfall for everybody that is selling on Amazon. But the law has tightened to coincide with the changes to VAT brought in the end of the Brexit transition period. This made online marketplaces responsible for collecting and paying VAT on goods sold on their platforms, which is really important. And the very last bit, Richard Allen said it was imperative that HMRC investigated the sellers that were clearly not compliant before January the 1st. Government has done a great job of finally flushing these cheats out of the undergrowth. Couldn't agree more. It is now only the right that they have pursued with the VAT they evaded. They should not be allowed to continue to trade until they have accounted for it. That is not going to happen, and I don't think that's going to happen, because if they did, Amazon would have to suspend hundreds, if not thousands, of accounts of Chinese sellers that have evaded VAT before, and that would reduce the choice and reduce the customer experience on Amazon. So maybe something will happen. However, I'm not putting all of my eggs in the, I'm not really hoping for that to happen too much. If we can just play by the level playing field going forward, it's good enough. Chris Heaton Harris, the minister and former member of the Public Account Committee who investigated the issue, said he would raise the matter with Meg Hilliard, the committee's chairwoman. A government spokeswoman said the new system addresses the problem of overseas sellers failing to pay at the right VAT of sales of goods already in the UK at the point of sale, bringing an estimated 300 million every single year. I actually think that number is a lot higher, having seen how many Chinese sellers are out there on Amazon and how well they're actually doing. And just some of the comments in this article that I wanted to read out to you as well, which I really agree with and found quite entertaining. If only we could close another loophole, which is why having to buy Chinese products on Amazon in the first place. Nobody wants to support their communist regime, so why does Amazon refuse to allow us to choose? Oh wait, I know. What he knows basically, and I completely agree with, is because Amazon, majority of the products are made from China, and they are making billions and billions and billions in terms of revenue each and every single year. So Amazon is actually on the side of China because it makes their Amazon marketplace more appealing with cheaper prices. Does the UK still subsidize Chinese postage cost of goods? The subsidy arises from because China used to be called a developing country and were given subsidies under international rules. I recall Trump trying to get this altered unilaterally, but don't know if he succeeded. It means Chinese sellers, suppliers can move goods into the UK from a fraction of what it costs UK companies. I'm not sure about that, but definitely China is no longer a developing country. It's one of the biggest and most powerful countries in the world, soon maybe become most powerful country in the world. So I do definitely believe that Chinese suppliers should be paying the same amount of money in terms of shipping those goods over here to the UK as we do. I would not knowingly buy anything from China. Let us know where it's made and allow us to make the decision to support the CCP or not. Completely agree. However, Amazon is never going to say where these products are made. And truth to be told, whether you're buying from a UK seller or a Chinese seller, that product 9 times out of 10 will be made in China. However, a UK seller will ensure that the quality of that product is up to par with the UK standards, where the Chinese don't really care and will send anything across to their customers just to make money. Should Amazon and others not put made in China or any other country tag against every product so that customers have real choice, not only on price but on ethics of supplying countries? This is also really important, guys. So for you guys, UK sellers that want to potentially sell on Amazon, remember to put it in your title that you are a UK company, you are a UK brand, a trusted brand as well, not a Chinese seller, because there's a lot of customers that do want to support the UK economy and UK sellers effectively. So if you do put that in there, you will see a slight increase in sales and most likely more positive reviews as well. I have done that and have seen a tremendous increase in my sales across all products effectively. Really good to see, and this looks like a positive from Brexit. I didn't think I'll be typing that again. I completely agree. I do believe that Brexit is actually going to be a net positive for the UK economy and UK public in general in overall effectively. Some good news at last. I'm doing all I can to avoid buying Chinese goods. So as you can see, people are really thinking about not buying Chinese good and really supporting the UK economy. You know, Christmas cards were sent made in China, should be, and 2021 should be make British, buy British. So there's much more sort of public outcry to buy British brand products, and so to speak. And as you can see with these comments, a lot of people are actually against Chinese sellers because they're using all of these sorts of really bad tactics to make money. And it's really important, guys, that we understand what we are up against and what we're fighting. But the good news is here is that the UK government now understand where we're coming from, and they are helping us fight the Chinese sellers, so therefore we can prosper and we can grow our businesses here in the UK. So guys, before we continue, I have a simple question. What else do you need? If you're thinking about selling on Amazon in 2021, what else do you need? We have Chinese becoming less competitive and now being under stricter rules and therefore having to play by a level playing field. We have a surge in online demand for products such as Amazon, such as household products, food items, shopping for clothes and so on and so forth. And on top of that, we are currently under lockdown where customers have no other choice but to buy online except for food. So if you want clothes, you have to go online. If you want household items, you have to go online. If you want to buy anything apart from food, you effectively have to buy online. So if this is not a good enough reasons for you to start thinking about selling on Amazon, then nothing will change your mind. Alright guys, so now let's have a look at a few products that are sold by Chinese sellers and see if their prices have actually increased. And one of the products that were mentioned in the article was actually a weight scale, and what I chose was one of the best selling weight scales currently on the UK marketplace. Now I know that this is sold from a Chinese supplier simply by clicking on here, Cantron Online. We'll just quickly do that and we can actually see the address of the company. And let's just have a look where they come from, and it's not going to take me Google to understand that this is actually from China, so it's clearly a Chinese seller, guys. So now let's have a look at what prices are they actually selling at the moment, and more importantly, what were they selling beforehand. And as you can see, here is the pricing history over the last 90 days, and you can see that they were hovering around the £20-24 mark. However, since the 3rd of January or the 1st of January effectively, they had to increase their price to now £29, which is great. That means their products are more expensive, and therefore us, the rest of us that are thinking potentially of selling a weight scale, are going to be more competitive. What's also important to note is the fact, as you can see, the sales rank starts to increase as well over time, and this is important as well. And for you guys who don't know what sales rank is, the lower the sales rank, the better, i.e. if the sales rank is number 1, you have the best selling product. If your sales rank is 100,000, then your product is not doing well at all. And as you can see, since the price increase, that sales rank is slowly starting to creep up, and therefore that means this person is selling less and less of these weight scales, which is very, very good. Next up, let's have a look at a yoga mat. This is one of the most popular items that are being sold on Amazon UK marketplace at the moment. And again, it's exactly the same picture, whereas you can see the new price usually was around £20-24 for quite some time, and then ever since it came to January, it is now creeping up to £26, £27, £28. So what they had to do is they checked how much money they're getting back after each and every single sale and realized a 20% drop, and now they had to increase that price to get that same amount of profit. Now fortunately for this particular seller is that their sales rank is not really seems to be increasing as much, and I think precisely the reason for that is because more and more people are stuck in lockdown and therefore want to continue doing yoga and exercise, and their sales are continuing to go through the roof effectively. However, in the long term, I do believe that this will catch up and the sales will start to reduce over time. And then last but not least, I wanted to go into another potential, a very high in demand niche that people are going for that is not necessarily related to fitness, and that is makeup brush set. And again, it's exactly the same story. This person has been selling the exact same product for the last for ages now for £10, and ever since 22nd of December, they have obviously heard about the VAT rules and stuff. They had to increase it by exactly £2, and their sales rank ever since January is now slowly, hopefully, going to start to creep up, and they will make less sales. So that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. I really hope you guys found it useful. Hope you enjoyed reading through this good bit of news. I will be making many more videos that is very relevant right now to us that are thinking about selling on Amazon. So please stay tuned, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.